Hey everybody, it's your boy Henry. If you like what you're listening to, you're here for another episode of Dungeon Junkies. Check us out on iTunes. Give us that 5-star review. We love you so much.
You didn't light this candle.
I think it was lit at one point.
Yes.
Dude, that was the whole reason I went to go get the lighter, and then I couldn't remember why I went in the room because
It
I'm
probably
an old
just
man.
went out.
I was literally standing in
we blew it out.
I was standing in my room going, why did I come in here?
Thank you for giving my lighter back.
Don't do that.
No.
Because here at the Dungeon Junkies podcast, we're always giving each other's lighter back.
No, that's not true.
Lighters back. Plural lighters, because there's 4 of us. Speaking of, my name's Kenny, your Dungeon Master. Who's on my left?
Taryn Van Zanzen. I do
Finland.
have to...
Dr. Euphoria.
And last time, you guys entered into an epic battle with the Manticore as well as his goblin servants, and ended up pretty much turning the goblins against, or the goblins were against the Manticore. The Manticore scared the shit out of him again to serve his will and attack you guys, and it just ended up being a clusterfuck of goblins fighting each other, goblins fighting manticores, you fighting goblins, you fighting manticore. It ended up being a great time.
It was pretty fun.
And of course you succeeded, and pretty much that battle ended with the goblins thanking you. And now, my introduction. Are you ready? I don't think you're ready.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah.
All right. After the battle with the goblins, you find out they were pushed to the coast by the forces of the Abyss. Many creatures had been fleeing to escape. Monsters that were lesser evil had fallen under control of stronger, more evil creatures who were following commands from devils and demons. In our situation here, our goblin friends, out of fear, had fallen under control of a manticore, the one you killed, of course. An act of rebellion had temporarily trapped the beast, but not for long. After further investigation, an interesting mark was found on the monster's forehead. A brand or cut of some sort resembling an hourglass.
But I would like to do a history check on your dick. I mean, on the hourglass.
My history...
In the hourglass. Yeah, I actually would like to do that as well.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
All right.
Starting off strong with a 4.
Oof.
Starting off strong with a 17.
Okay.
I'm starting off just okay with a 13.
This is nothing any of you have seen before.
Okay.
Just looks like an
Oh,
hourglass.
shit, okay.
Right.
And
And-
we've never seen that
and-
shape
and-
before?
And none of you have
Wow.
seen this kind of... It's some kind of mark.
It's a brand, yeah.
Some kind of brand mark. You're not really sure exactly how it was engraved into its skull.
Oh.
Okay.
But
it
in the
is-
skull itself?
Into the skull itself.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's
Get
something none of you have seen before.
None of the goblins have the brand?
They do not.
As a side note, I'm going to cut off one of the fingers of the manticore.
Okay.
And carry that with me.
Yeah, you can do that. Any
Sorry,
other
Alex.
questions regarding the goblins, everything fleeing to the coast, the brand, anything like that?
Did they? So was it the manticore?
Manticore was a devil or something? That
Was it a devil
or was
a
also
demon?
under the control.
You don't know.
Okay.
Okay, wait. I am going to jump out on a limb. I think that, and I'm going to point at the hourglass, is some kind of brand that controlled it, because Manticore's not a demon, right?
I mean, that,
Or a devil, right?
Can I do like a history check on that or something?
To see if the Manticore is a demon or devil.
Yeah.
You can try. I'll
Whichever.
just tell you now, the Manticore doesn't look any different than any other Manticore you've possibly seen in the past.
And it wasn't
So
that darker color
Manticores aren't
when we were fighting
demons.
it.
Okay.
It was not.
Okay, so it wasn't the same color. It wasn't that same darker black color that was surrounding all the other
Mm.
Gods that we fought. So
Well, no, I think it's a different kind of controlling thing. It's not like a possession by evil spirit. It's just some kind of spell or some kind of brand of control or something like
Gotcha.
a rune that they. Because if it's actually in their skull, you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's some hardcore shit.
Yeah.
And if that's not a demon or a devil, and they're saying that demons and devils are controlling the lesser evil creatures, well, Manticore is an evil creature.
It is. So the nature of Manticores or like Hydras, things like that, is they can kind of they're all about food, right? So
Right, yeah.
they're taking control of all these other bitch creatures and kind of forcing them to their will. So in this case, the Manticore had, pretty much scared the shit out of these goblins and were having the goblins come bring it food.
Yeah, because they're intelligent
Which is what
creatures.
So
Boris was.
So was the Manticore like living in the cave? Or...
You don't know,
Okay. Well,
but you could probably assume that.
Okay. So they stumbled upon the Manticore's
More than likely.
lair.
ooh,
Or the
that's
reverse.
shitty luck.
It was either
way.
it's not crazy important. It's just either the goblins were there and the Manticore showed up, or the
Right.
Manticore was there and the goblin showed up. More than likely the first one.
So they explained this shit to us. Ultimately, that's some bad news, and we should probably
What's
talk
important to know here is that something is going on the inner continent to
That's
push
pushing-
all the weaker creatures out.
Okay.
Something either demonic or devilish
Okay.
or both is pushing all of these things out towards the coastal cities
Gotcha.
and beyond.
I'm gonna go ahead and sketch this, the room, the shape of the room on the back of the crumpled map that I have.
Yeah.
Sure.
That way we at least have that. So if we run into it again,
Mm-hmm.
we can cross-reference.
Right,
Sure.
right.
I want to look out of the cove and Bloodbeard's ship.
Yes.
How
Yeah.
far
Which I
out
did
is
not
it?
mention. So at this point, Bloodbeard's ship would be fading out into the storm, more or less.
It's
so
leaving?
it's
Oh.
actually fading out.
It's
You almost
leaving.
got a quick glimpse of it.
It had been up to no good on the island.
So
somewhere
Okay.
if all the
on the coast.
if all the animals are getting pushed center, what do you think that Blackbeard's
Bloodbeard.
Bloodbeard, excuse me, if he has any significance in that?
How the hell should I know? I don't know. I don't think so. I think he's probably just doing his Bloodbeard shit. You know, that he always does.
Yeah, it might not
Yeah,
even
that's true.
have anything to do with
But
it.
we also know that anywhere that Bloodbeard goes, nothing good happens. So what if there's something larger at hand than Bloodbeard just doing his simple pirating, but now he has been controlled either by a devil or a demon? And-
Fenrir would start laughing. You think Bloodbeard could be controlled by a stupid demon? Demons can't control us. And you think they can control Bloodbeard? Fenrir is pretty naive also.
I mean, it certainly is possible. I mean, we've literally fought multiple creatures that have been inhabited by a darker force.
Right.
And then we shot at that darker force in the face.
And I'm not saying that we can't do that. Not saying we can't do that again.
But I'm saying he's got cannons, and they can shoot things in the face too.
Yeah, and they can just like disappear to a different fucking plane.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
He may be able to
he'll be
plane
fine.
shot.
And I don't think cannons are going to affect spirits very much.
Do we have any other questions about the stuff that I've explained before we
No,
kind of travel back?
no,
No.
We'd be ready to
Boris,
take
Boris at
back.
this point during your conversation, he's trying to take a nap.
Cool.
Get
I'm
out!
not
I'm gonna.
smelling so
If
good.
Get
he's
up.
laying down,
He's laying down.
I'm gonna like push him, like, kind of nudge him with my foot. Not kick him, but,
Oh,
like...
I was gonna say fucking punt him.
No, I don't want to do any damage. I don't want to hurt him. I just go like, hey, get up, and nudge him with my foot.
And when you do that, it's like blubber. Your foot almost bounces off.
Of course.
No way, it doesn't wake up.
Whenever we're about to leave, I'm gonna bro 5, goblin number 1.
He's dead.
He is dead.
Goblin number 1 got his head.
You can just
cut off.
one of the
shit,
goblins.
That's right.
You can
Sure
just,
did.
The other goblin. Oh, I don't want a
Sure did.
handshake in the other.
Yeah, it was
Fuck.
only one that we liked.
so
Yep.
yeah. So we're gonna
Have a memorial
we're gonna
service.
continue and travel
I
on.
take Goblin 1's head. I don't.
I'll never,
I mean,
I'll
you
never
can.
forget you.
I know that I can. That's why I don't.
So Boris will lazily wake up. Okay, is it time to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to continue off onto the storm. Goblins are very grateful. They're thanking you. You pretty much saved what's left of them. They'll probably kill each other later on, but that is not your problem anymore. So,
Kind of actually want that.
all right, continuing. As the storm continues to rage, you walk into an almost empty town. The normal hustle and bustle of Salbina seems to be put on hold. Walking towards the dock and into the town square, you notice some hooded figures standing around a large serpentine statue. And these guys there's probably about 5 people just huddled around in a circle right next to the statue. There's not enough people to surround the statue.
Can I do a perception to see what they're doing?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
I as well.
15.
8.
18.
Okay. So Mr. Doctor and Fenworth would notice it looks like they're praying.
Okay.
And at this point you also notice the town square it's getting pretty flooded.
I would like nudge Mr. Doctor, and I go, "Are these your people? Are they praying to the storms?
I mean, it's very possible.
You don't worship a serpent, though, right?"
No. It's an angry god who violently kills people.
Why don't you all history check the statue?
Okay.
So at this point you guys are all kind of like
Cool.
ankle deep in water.
Cool.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Damn.
I got 21.
Natural 20.
What? Is that the first 2 natural
Nope.
20 rolls?
No, it's not.
Nope.
It's not.
No?
But
Okay.
it's
You
always nice.
shot me down. I shot my excitement down, you son of a... You bastard! All right. This is a statue of Leviathan,
That looks like Leviathan.
which I'm assuming at this point our listeners have an idea of who Leviathan is or what Leviathan is or some kind of general idea.
If not,
Very important.
Google.
Big cuddly friend.
Very adorable. So
He likes to be friends.
a lot of the people, and you guys had some kind of encounters with people before, and wandering through this town the day before that, you would run into some people, and you would have known that some people in this area worship Leviathan,
Okay.
Okay.
and they're just huddled around and praying, and this storm is raging behind you.
And what? I'm sorry. What exactly is Leviathan?
Yeah, I don't know either.
Is it just a
Leviathan would
kraken?
be no.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Leviathan's almost like a giant, not a dragon, but something like
Sea
that. Like I said, it's
monster?
like a serpentine form. It's almost like a large snake god, sort of, that kind of roams through the water. Think of like a Gyarados.
Okay.
Okay.
Very large Gyarados.
Hey guys, you don't think these guys are trying to summon Leviathan? Because I'm assuming the storm's still getting worse.
The storm it's pretty much leveled out at this point. It's pretty bad.
Hey, I don't like that. I don't like that picture of Leviathan.
They have a statue of it.
So
That statue.
so
Oh my God.
Leviathan more or less is one of the rulers of the seas, depending on your beliefs, I suppose.
Should we
And you kind of
go
hear.
interrupt him?
And you hear, at this point as you're walking up, you just hear them, "Oh, please, our god Leviathan, please save us from this storm."
Oh,
I
Please,
figured that's what it was.
do not continue your wrath with us.
don't interrupt him.
I'm going to
Blast.
I'm going to walk up to the altar
Okay.
and just stand next to one. I'm not going to pray to Leviathan, but I
You can
am
pray to
going
another
to.
god,
I'm going
make
to
him
pray to
mad.
my god.
Okay.
Barabbas.
Insult.
Sure.
Leviathan.
Are you? Is this something you say out loud?
No,
Because
I
that's
just
important.
I just do it.
Okay. So you just do it quietly.
Yes.
Fenworth asks, "Who are you praying to?" No.
Alright. So you, Mr. Doctor, you walk up and you know, kind of quietly kneel into the water, and you're kind of, at this point, you're waist deep in water, and you're just silently praying there, and these people are still kind of continuing their own thing. They're not really paying attention to what you're doing. They would just make that assumption that you're doing the same thing.
I climbed up on Terran's shoulders.
Okay.
I'm in danger of drowning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's almost
sure are.
And all of a sudden, they catch notice of what you're doing, Mr. Doctor, and they extend a hand to you. They kind of break their circle up and extend a hand. Please, brother, join us. Join us in prayer so we can put a stop to this storm.
Sounds like a plan to me.
And you grab
Thoughts
their
and
hands.
prayers.
Their hands are very cold and wet, a little
for you.
Terran
moist,
knows what's up.
moist, if you will. And you continue. And they
Everything's
continue this
moist.
prayer that they're saying. They're asking for forgiveness, and they're asking for these storms to stop, and pretty much for the sea to calm down.
And that would be similar to what I would be praying, because that's very similar to my god and things that I would.
Sure.
I still would not be praying to Leviathan,
Okay.
just because I do believe in Leviathan. I do believe it is a god, but my god's more important to me.
Sure.
And we'll crush any
And
kind of
can't-
stupid storm Leviathan comes up with.
And
We'll drown Leviathan. I don't care.
good luck. Good luck with that.
Can
Yo, I'll shoot him in the
And
face. I got your
Boris,
back.
and Boris he's you can hear his stomach grumbling.
Can we pick? Can
I need some
Terran pick
food.
him up?
You could not.
How is he not
pick him up?
drowning?
I mean, this would be, at that point, it would probably be up to his chest.
Yeah, it was only like ankle level, right?
It was ankle
Yeah.
level
Yeah.
when you walked down. The only
Okay,
reason I
yeah.
said he was knee deep is because he kneeled down. to pray.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave our little prayer circle.
Okay.
And walk back to Taryn and Fenworth.
Come back, brother. We need 6 people to. I'm just joking.
You must remain. Farewell, Mr.
And they
Doc.
say,
Goodbye.
farewell, my friend. Please stay safe in this storm. We'll get some calm here eventually, and I hope these floods stop.
I will continue to pray, brother.
Hey, let's go get on the boat.
So I'm gonna walk back over to them,
Wait,
to you two, and let you know. All right. So good news is that they are simply praying, and they do not want to harm us or hurt us. So that's a plus. Bad news is that the town is flooding, and so we need to figure out what the hell to do.
Get on the boat and get the heck out of here.
And Boris is, oh, can we please get some food, please?
Boris,
There's food
He's
on
out
the
of breath just standing there.
Shut up.
There's food on your ship.
Oh, the ship.
Yes.
So, Boris, do you want to go ahead and go to the ship right now and meet up with
It seems like the best place to be.
Riverstock?
Oh, there's a lot of tasty snacks on the ship.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just
Yeah.
satisfy this guy's hunger
Let's
and
go.
also be on a boat.
It sounds like a good idea to me.
Yeah, and boats float. We
Boats
do not.
float.
Exactly.
So actually, Taryn can walk on the water.
I can
so-
doggy paddle too.
So can I.
and you guys, you make your way to the ship. Obviously, no difficulties. You kind of walk through the town square and down onto the dock, and the ship is still there. And you walk aboard, and it looks like everybody there's pretty much been waiting for you guys.
Cool.
And
Sorry.
and they all know you're actually joined by Raftalia, who you had met just the day before.
Right.
Who I kind of let slip is that human female in disguise as a
Right.
male, and she immediately looks at Boris and she's like, "Where have you been?" Or "Where have you been?" and he says, "Oh, that sounds really similar. It's okay. I was looking for some tasty snacks and."
Can somebody feed this guy so he'll stop breathing?
He tried to kill himself.
And she says, "Oh, come on now." And he makes his way to Herfestag's cabin, which is where you had been before.
I'm gonna follow him actually because I want to go
Yeah.
to Herfestad and
I'll climb down off
and
the
I want to
terrace.
show him. I'm gonna, as we walk in there, I approach him.
Sure.
And I say,
Oh, welcome back, boys.
"We were able to find
That-
Boris."
That was a good one. and he saw Boris stumble in. Boris, where have you been?
He's been cooking himself.
Yeah, he almost died.
Again?
Oh,
course he
no. Should he be on the ship?
Why do you have him as a second mate?
First mate.
First
First,
mate.
even worse.
Go get
Not
some
bad.
What do you think
food.
about ships?
Go get some food now. And he's just heavy breathing. He's walking down into kind of like the cat where the
like he's a
sleeping
mouth
quarters
breather.
would be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Grab
You know,
my
more
gun,
power,
you take some.
more power to you for
Hiring
working
the
with that guy.
He
For
says,
sure.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, he's a very talented alchemist.
He almost killed himself.
And he says, he has mistakes like that, but
You got
just,
captured by goblins.
just
Well, he killed a
tru-
lot of goblins.
He did.
just trust me. He's a very talented alchemist who has a lot of good qualities about him.
As we were walking, as we were going towards the caves to initially find him, about how many goblin bodies did we walk past?
You probably walked past 15 plus bodies, I would
Okay.
say. You
That's
walked
pretty
past
good.
a lot.
Yeah.
And they were
yeah.
most definitely killed by him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well.
That makes sense.
yeah, oh, yeah.
Look, we're not here to judge. He's not our first
Just
mate.
maybe
so.
give him only the acid while he's on the ship.
And realistically, they probably tried to lure him in with the promise of food, and he realized he was in trouble and sort of
Great job.
started fucking things up. Believe it or not, he's very talented.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, 15 goblins by yourself is pretty good.
Yeah. for
Talented
Sure.
and dumb.
Well, when we found
Solid
Boris,
combination.
just
we
like
had-
my ex-girlfriend. All right, sorry.
When we
Look.
found Boris, he was inside of a goblin cave that had been captured and controlled also by a manticore. We were able to destroy the manticore, but are you familiar with this sign at all? And I pull over the crumpled up map to show them the the
Pulled
picture
over.
I know, I was going to say, don't pull over. You did nothing wrong.
of the hourglass.
Right.
Okay. And Herfestag's going to take a look at it, and he grabs the paper. This is something I've never seen before. I'm very sorry. And he hands it back, and he says, but manticores controlling smaller creatures like goblins isn't too out of the ordinary, but they're not usually things seen in this area.
What about Bloodbeard?
Did you just say Bloodbeard? And he looks a little he looks kind of a little flustered.
What
Uneasy.
about Raftalia?
Raftalia is staying there, same thing. She looks a little like, why don't you perception check?
Okay, yeah, well.
And I'll give you more of an accurate.
Damn it. I thought I could get away with it.
I was gonna just give it to you, but
Oh, that is 22.
Yeah.
I'm killing it with rolls.
they look a little
Why'd you say that?
they
I'm an
don't
asshole.
seem fearful. They seem annoyed almost.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
Bloodbeard ship right after we took out that stupid Manicore.
And he says, "Oh man, that sounds inconvenient for us.
What? Do you know why Bloodbeard would be around these parts?
So Bloodbeard is always around these parts, but tends to cause some trouble every now and then.
Okay, so not necessarily now. It could be fine.
And we did see him going away.
He was leaving.
He was leaving.
And
We should be fine.
Something blows up.
And he says, "Don't worry about it. If we run into Bloodbeard, we won't have any problems at all.
We might run into Bloodbeard.
It's always possible.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
And he gives you a thumbs up.
I give him a thumbs up back.
I mean, this guy must be all right now.
And he goes with his other hand. He gives you another thumbs up. Both hands at the same time.
I give him another. I give him a double hand
weird.
thumbs up.
And then he nods at you.
I put my shoe back on. I was already kicking off my shoes to do with my toes, but okay.
And he says, "It's nothing to worry about. Please make yourselves comfortable. Raptalia, bring them down to the sleeping quarters and make these guys at home. We have a long trip ahead of us."
All right.
And
Where are we
he's
heading
like,
to
"Okay."
next?
Says, "Well, we're about a day late, heading towards the Council of 12 to the to the tower."
Perfect.
And you notice before Raptalia kind of begins to bring you down to the sleeping quarters, he pulls out, and you guys would all recognize this, a sending stone.
Oh.
Ooh, nice.
And he doesn't say what he's doing exactly. It looks like it's something almost like a mental communication with the sending stone. But you guys are you notice he pulls it out as you're walking past, and she's gonna bring you down to the sleeping quarters.
Okay.
And she brings downstairs once again, or further downstairs, the captain's quarters. It's a pretty big area, so big room. So you'd actually walk out the door and down into the sleeping quarters. And it's a handful of hammocks laid down there. There's a couple of random people down there.
I climb into a hammock.
And you're able to, no
Right.
problem.
And I fell asleep.
And yeah.
Um,
That's it
Sounds
for
about
fun.
all right.
And she
yeah.
kind of gives you she just tells you, "Hey, make yourself comfortable. We're going to be at sea for a couple of days.
Oh.
Hang out here. If you need anything, come let me know or anybody else."
I get seasick easily.
Do you really?
Yeah,
you?
he does.
Hey. So, as you lay down in the hammocks, you kind of, you
Not
hear,
right now, though. I'm asleep.
you're going to hear Herfestog up on the top. "Set the sails!" And you obviously walk past some crew members of all sorts of races. Probably a crew of maybe 10 plus. So it's not a huge crew,
Right.
but pretty solid guys, seems like. And they're all going to be aligned with you, of course. They're all going to be cock members.
Cool.
And you guys are able to rest.
A lot of cocks.
Okay.
Awesome.
And-
We're just doing the long rest stuff, or are we doing the whole boat stuff? You know what I mean?
oh, just a long rest.
Okay, during this long rest, I want to begin work. I probably won't get that far, but I'll start busting out materials from my bag of holding and start working on making the manticore talons into blades.
Sure.
Start,
Cool.
Start whittling those down.
So yeah, I would say you probably get a few hours of sleep, and then you spend some time messing with the items you got.
Cool.
Dr. Euphoria feels very at home on the ship.
Yeah.
It's very common. He grew up on a ship, going to battles.
Yeah.
And just living at a water village town or port.
Sure.
So,
I'm jealous because you're not seasick.
and also too during that time, because I was around ships and always on ships, whenever they need help with something, I also help with the crew.
Okay. So we'll just say for now, for the time being, you guys are able to. It's a rough night. It's, of course, the storm is raging. It is not improving at all. The seas are incredibly rough. The waves are almost crashing onto the boat at times.
Ooh.
And so at this point, you would more than likely have made your way up onto the deck, and you're trying to help with whatever you can. And the crew members are incredibly
all of us up there?
experienced. I would say you're all up there after the long... Well, unless there was something else you wanted to do before.
I would want to try to go to the crow's nest.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah, that's where I head. I'm also would be
Are we
scared
in a
of getting-
storm? Are we in the middle of a storm right now?
Yeah, I'd be more scared of being on deck because I can get washed off the deck.
Yeah.
Can't get washed off the crow's nest.
True. So...
Eh.
You get thrown
Fenworth
off.
also doesn't think about that. He's been wanting to go to the crow's
Yeah.
nest.
The wind is definitely going to be much higher velocity that high up.
There's so the crow's
wonder if I
nest
can
has
throw it
like it has of course like the ship it has
you can
kind of
tie
like
yourself in too.
a barrier up there, and there's somebody standing up there.
Yeah.
It's a little halfling male.
Hey!
Hello there.
I was hoping there'd be someone like you around here.
And he says he's looking through like these kind of binoculars. It's some kind of makeshift invention almost.
Oh.
And he says, "Will you look through these and see if you see anything out there?" And he's gonna hand them down to you.
I'll take a quick look at them real quick. Like, oh, they look like something kind of homemade, right?
They look like something homemade, but they're pretty immaculate.
Yeah, I like them.
Would you know what binoculars are?
Well, I have.
I think you.
I have a scope on my rifle.
As a
that's right.
as a tinkerer, you would probably know,
Yeah.
and common sense watching him do that, and then you're like,
Oh, so I look through, and what do I see?
perception check.
With advantage, because these dope ass binoculars.
No.
Fuck.
That's
That is a 3.
you know it's almost like the water is going sideways. It's hitting your face. You're cold. Your nipples are hard, and you're not seeing anything.
These are really
and
nice
he's-
binoculars.
Well, do you see anything out there?
I see that these lenses could be better constructed. Look, you should take a look at my rifle.
And he's gonna take a look at your rifle.
I'll
And
show
he's
him the
gonna
scope.
check it out.
I'll
And
show him the
he's
scope on my rifle.
wow. Did you do this yourself?
Yeah,
Oh my! Will you teach me?
of course.
And yeah, and I would say you sit there and you kind of converse with your new friend.
Yeah, and I show him how I made it, and I think,
Sure.
yeah, I do want to get his name.
His name's Frodo.
Frodo. That's a stupid halfling name.
You know, it was the first thing I thought of. Okay? And you sit there and tinker with that, or mess with him, and you talk to your new friend for a little while.
Cool.
Taryn, you're being awful quiet.
Hope we didn't.
Is there
miss
anything you would like to do while you're on deck?
I'll puke again.
Okay, and you do that.
Q check.
Bleh. Or you
I'm-
make that sound effect.
It's violent. It's
I don't
really
like-
violent.
I don't like that.
And a man is going to approach you. And
Touches you from behind.
he's a tall, slender man
It's okay, you like it.
in some kind of like battle gear.
Oh.
Very long sword on his hip,
Okay.
almost like a great katana.
Mhm.
And he's going to come up and he's going to say, "A little seasick, huh?" And
God,
Sorry.
that is amazing.
Oh,
maybe a little
God.
too much alcohol there, buddy.
We're not enough.
Oh, no. Something to put me to sleep would be great.
And says, well, have you tried to talk to Boris at all?
Dumb gnome. Oh, God, give me strength.
Dumb gnome. I'd put a little more faith in our first mate than
He
that.
almost killed himself.
Give him a little. He was probably just hungry. Did you give him any food? Did you try to give him any food?
We were in the middle of something.
And he says, just go talk to Boris, okay?
I mean, I guess I'll go talk to him now.
And you go and you make your way to Boris, and he's down in the cabins, and he's laying in his hammock.
Mhm.
And
Oh, is he asleep?
He looks like he might be snoozing a little bit.
Okay. No, I'm desperate. I'll go ahead and
Throw up on him.
throw up on. I'll go ahead and wake him up. Just kind of, just push on him a little bit, like whisper to him, like, "Hey,
And
help me."
The hammock swings back and forth, along with a little help from you and the storm,
Uh,
and just swings back and forth a little. Snacks.
of course, he's hungry. Look, don't eat me. I just need your help.
Yeah, and then he springs up to life almost. He gets out of the hammock almost just from a dead sleep, and he says, "Boris, reporting for duty."
Oh.
And he says, "Oh, you again. What can I do for you?
Yeah.
Do you have a snack for me?"
you know what? I could go get one for you if you can help me with something.
Says, oh, what do you need?
Well, I'm a little seasick.
He says, oh, I might have something for that. And so he reaches into his pouch, which, of course, this is an alchemist pouch, which kind of just has a series of concoctions that an alchemist makes.
Mm-hmm.
And he reaches into his pouch and he's, oh, this should work for you. And he hands it off to you.
Mm. What?
And it's almost like, it's a very, like, crisp blue liquid.
Okay,
It's very nice looking.
cool. And I'll
Blue
just,
raspberry.
I'll chug it right down.
You should
And it's
drink
very
it.
sweet.
You should
It's
drink half of
tasty.
that.
It's very tasty. And immediately your focus is just, you just blast into this focus. You're not dizzy anymore.
Hey, cool.
And all of a sudden you
You're high as
feel
shit.
like $1,000,000 gold.
You're high as shit.
Awesome.
You almost have so much energy
Mythical meth.
that you don't even know what to do. You're almost jittery now.
What did you just take?
I don't know. I drank all of it though.
Get more and share with your friends.
Sharing is caring.
He says, well, you shouldn't have had all that.
Oh yeah, you want that snack, right? I'll book it down. I'll sprint down to go get a snack.
To the
'cause it's-
galley.
and you hear him as you're walking or as you're bolting off, like, I'm gonna be back real quick then.
Yeah.
And you go and you take care of that.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Doctor,
Yes.
what do you want to do?
I am going to. I'm going to be on the main deck.
Okay,
Can I do a perception check to see if I see anybody who needs help?
sure.
It said 21.
Okay, this crew looks incredibly experienced.
Okay.
Everything's being handled, and Herfestag's kind of yelling things in the background. He's giving orders to people, and they're incredibly experienced.
I'm going to go up to Herfestag and I'm going to
I
ask
like
him.
experience seaman.
There you go.
God, me too. I just
Just surrounded by all this seaman.
got excited.
I'm going to walk
Alright.
up to Herfestag and I'm going to ask him. So it looks like you guys have everything, taken care of right now, but, I grew up on ships and I would just like to help out. Is there anything I can do?
And he says, No, I think we
Rookie.
have it handled, but
He's calling you a rookie. Hey, you don't touch this shit. Bro.
nah, he would be able to see that Mr. Doctor's done this before.
The only one of us with sea legs.
Mm-hmm.
The only one. And he says, he just says, I think we have this handled, but we could use an eye out on the horizon, or what you can see,
I kind of stole
just
the
to to make sure that I'm a little concerned with Bloodbeard's return.
I'm gonna go ahead and go into the crow's nest then.
I don't think you're gonna fit up there.
Okay.
Yeah, we probably
Um,
took apart something and scattered around the floor.
So, if he wants me to look for some, do you have a looking glass somewhere?
And he's, of course I do. Frodo makes, he's made a couple of them, and he's gonna walk into kind of like a nightstand next to his bed, real immaculate bed. And he's gonna pull that out. He says, also, we could be pulling up on the Council of Twelve's tower at any moment, really. So, just keep an eye out, okay?
When we meet with the Council of 12, is there any specific way that we should approach them, or sign?
Put our
What is a
hands.
way to show them respect?
And he says, well, I'm not exactly the politest man, but generally when you walk in, I try to bow. They will already know your will and intent as you walk in, so it's more of a sign of physically showing respect, if that makes sense.
Perfect. Yeah, I just definitely do not want to disrespect them at all. But until we get there, I'm gonna go ahead and use the eyeglass, and
Okay.
I'm specifically gonna be looking out for Blackbeard.
Sure.
So 12.
Sure. You're not seeing any sign of the tower or Blackbeard or anything like that.
Okay.
But Fenworth, you're showing him the scope of your weapon,
Yeah.
and you know Frodo, he takes those makeshift binoculars from you, and he's looking out there again, and he points out onto the horizon.
And I look over where it's pointing with my scope.
Okay. And you're looking through your scope, and you see the silhouette of some very, very dark sails.
Look like Bloodbeards?
They
what I
look
saw earlier?
exactly like Bloodbeards.
Would I be able to look down from the crow's nest and see Mr. Doctor looking with the spyglass?
Yes, yeah, you would.
I would look down and go, Mr. Doctor! And,
Penworth?
And
What?
I'll point the direction. I go, look! It's Bloodbeard! You were right! We are gonna see him!
Hey.
And I look at the direction that he's pointing.
Okay. And you look out there, and it looks like this silhouette is now beginning to come closer.
Fore or aft?
What was that?
Fore or aft?
What does that mean?
Is it behind us or in front of us?
Don't use sailor terms with
It's
me.
actually
He said he
quicker to
doesn't
say.
know.
So it would almost be off to your side.
Starboard or port?
Starboard.
So, as soon as I see that, I scream out, Bloodbeard!
And
Sails to starboard!
And surprisingly, and you hear Herfestog in the background. Stay on course. Keep sailing. And this silhouette is it's coming
Oh.
closer, and now it's a visible sign of Bloodbeard's ship.
I want to look at Frodo and see how he's reacting.
He's still just keeping his eye out. Doesn't seem like he's in some kind of panic or anything like
He's a
that.
halfling.
It seems like he's incredibly confident.
Hey, Frodo, how bad is this?
Says, well, it depends, I guess. It depends if we stand our ground or not.
I'm always...
Which I'm pretty sure we will.
Alright, I'm gonna load
He's
the
confident.
equalizer.
He's gonna give you a thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up.
I want to take the looking glass and
Yes, thumbs up.
and see if I can count how many people are on the opposite ship, or
This
see
guy
how
has
many people I
brains.
see.
Okay.
He's hot brains.
Hot.
Fuck.
Not hot rolls, though.
12.
Well, you don't see anybody. You see nothing at all.
Oh, wait, actually, that's would be weird,
Yeah.
right? You don't see anybody operating sails or steering.
You
You
see
see nobody at the wheel?
Nothing.
That would-
Fenworth, I don't see anybody on the ship.
Alright, yeah, I would assume I could look down and also see that there's nobody there.
And all of you that are out looking, which I would
The
probably,
ship's getting closer.
I would
and stuff.
safely assume that Terran rushed down, gave Boris his food, and he rushed back up as soon as he heard
Probably
that.
just running around.
You're running around like
Storm
crazy.
still
Yeah.
bad?
The storm is very bad.
So we're going up and down. on
You're
big
going
wave.
up and down. These waves are crashing on you. The rain is hitting you sideways on the face.
I look down at Mr. Doctor. I'm like grabbing the edge and I'm jumping up and down. Ghost ship! Ghost ship!
I would. So out
This is
of
the coolest thing
And
ever!
Herfestog comes up and he goes, "What's the commotion up here?"
so we have Bloodbird,
Bloodbird to Starbeard.
Bloodbeard's ship is over there. I'm not seeing anybody on there.
And he goes, "Oh, give me that." And he's gonna-
Load the cannon!
He doesn't look upset at you. He just looks annoyed. And, give me that. And he puts the binoculars out. And not seeing anything either. I'm not seeing anything either.
I don't know what exactly your plan is, but I was thinking that I could potentially hide us a little bit and actually call up on some fog.
I was gonna say, how
create
you gonna
smoke
hide a
screen.
whole ship? Oh, that's how. God damn it, Mr. Doctor.
Says, you can do that?
Of course, I'm a storm clear.
Storm clear. Every
Well, you don't have to be be snarky.
Every ship
I
will have
wasn't
a
trying to be
storm cleric.
snarky.
That's all I know. And he puts his arm around you,
You're awesome.
and on top, he gives you a little kiss on the neck.
on the neck.
On the neck.
That's called a pirate kiss. That's a sailor's kiss.
Sailor's
We don't
kiss.
tell the wives about those.
It made me happy. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast Fog Cloud,
Okay.
and I want to. It's a 20-foot radius.
You're gonna
point
only
within
cover a part of
range.
the ship.
Right.
The small
Well,
part.
I'm actually
Yeah.
I'm so
20-foot
it-
radius is 40-foot diameter.
yeah. And
wouldn't
additionally,
cover
too,
the
I'm
whole
not gonna put it directly on the ship.
Put it
Um,
on their ship.
I'm going to
so
see.
they can't.
I'm gonna
see
see the course that we're taking, and I'm gonna put the fog cloud 50 feet in front of us,
So we
so that
steer
we
into
steer
it.
toward.
into
Oh,
it.
okay.
So we're going the same route.
Yeah.
But we're
You're just going through it.
yeah. Actually, I'm gonna go more to the side behind it.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
So that
Yeah,
so
yeah.
kind of angle.
So here, let me.
I see what
if
you're
I
saying.
draw it out, so like his ship is right here, right, and then because you said he's over to the side, and
Yes.
so our ship
He would be on your right hand side.
is right here,
I don't know if that's actually starboard. I guess.
Yes.
and then I'm going to put the fog right
In between.
here, so that we can continue on going
Mhm.
this
The
way.
fog will break
and
his line of
block
sight.
his line of sight with us.
Sure. And so the fog is not there because it's raining. And that's not how weather works.
God damn it.
No, I'm saying that.
Oh,
I'm saying I almost made
I was
it
like,
dumb.
ah, fuck!
No,
I just
I
wasted
almost-
a spell slot.
I
You
almost
said there was
made a
fog
dumb
already
comment.
there.
Now that being said, yeah, it's raining. This rain's pouring down.
It's windy.
The fog it's windy. The fog is going to disperse fairly quickly, but
Come on, storm clear.
it looked very cool.
It did look.
And Herfestog's impressed.
Is the ship
Nice.
getting closer?
The ship is continuously getting closer.
You might want to prepare some anti-boarding party action, Taryn, because you're the melee guy. I'm going to sit up here on the crow's
Do we have
nest
any
and blast
cannons
people.
on the ship?
And he says, "Oh, of course we do below deck, but
We got
that's odd. There's no crew on the ship, and that's most definitely Bloodbeard's ship."
Can I
That's the
hear
thing.
them?
Have you heard
Confusing me.
anything in the pirating
probably
community?
not.
No, they're not yelling, right? They're
You
talking
can,
to-
you,
they're talking
you can
amongst each
hear
other.
you can hear Herfestog talking because his voice is a little obnoxious. But
Have you heard anything from the pirating community
says
recently about Bloodbeard?
actually, it's fine.
I like to think there's like a neighborhood association that's just pirates
meeting.
instead.
Like a
Yeah.
PTA.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
The pirates most definitely talk a little bit. If you know what I'm saying.
Oh, they're little chatty Cathys.
Says
Chetty Carls, because
It is the PTA, the Pirate Talking Association.
You assume that, all right?
he says
it could be girls.
Except for that. Well, not in this town, though.
Yes, maybe. I'm just saying, you can't make that assumption.
now Herfestog says, "Well, I did hear that he'd gone missing for a little while.
He'd gone missing.
Like he wasn't around. He was.
That's usually
he's-
what missing means.
Herfestog's a man of words. Many
Yes.
words.
Yes, I am.
This is not me. Taryn or Fenworth can't be a part
Got
of this
supersonic hearing.
conversation, which makes me feel sad.
But he does tend to dip in and out every so often. He will probably goes into hiding.
Gotcha. Do you know where his cove is?
Oh, it's exactly right here. No.
We
no,
earned it.
I apologize. I do not.
Okay. Well, this
He's
is
a
definitely
ship.
peculiar. Just because, I mean, he's not on the ship, but the ship is coming towards us. And
And
he's not exactly known for the best of things in life.
the ship is actually almost. It's almost right up on you now. It's really close. It's almost pulling side by side
Or
next to you.
can I perception check to see? I want to see if the wheel is moving on its own, or if
think
any
it's
of
a
the
trap.
ropes are moving on their own. Any of the ship, does it look like things are being done by a ghost or
Sure.
shit like that? 14.
It doesn't look like you don't see anything on the ship.
There's no ropes, so the sails are moving.
It looks like
Unnatural.
it's
like,
pretty
like
much
manually.
like everything's pretty much at a standstill on the boat. So it looks like it was almost like
That makes me think that they're
set
just
by
in hiding.
somebody possibly.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, maybe
That-
guided by some kind of magic.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. That leads me to believe more that it's not a ghost ship and that they're just waiting in ambush.
I'm not sure what we can do besides just pass it.
Well, I'd
Well,
prepare
like the-
prepare for for borders. If we think it's an ambush,
Because it's right
And
next
then
to
if
us.
it passes
We're not
us,
going to
then
be
we're
able to
good.
get away at this point.
So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's just it's
It's
is it going fast? Can I
It's
tell?
going fast.
Well,
enough to
now
catch
it's
up
going
to-
as fast as you guys because it's docked right next to you. In fact, Raftalia is actually going to take a rope and tie it on each, I guess, like
She's gonna tie. Wait,
surrounding gate on the boat, whatever that would be called.
gangway.
Yeah, thank you.
Uh,
We're from like the ocean area, so helps.
So,
He's gonna tie the boats together. Or she's gonna tie the
Ships.
boats together.
Ships.
so the fact that that ship was able to approach us so quickly and we were unable to outrun them, does that can we assume that they have a better angle from this with their sails from the direction they're coming compared to
Yes.
the wind?
It could be multiple things, but more than likely, yes.
Okay.
It would be a pot. They're attacking better.
Well, what?
Thank you. I knew that when I did this, you would be here to like help me with boat terms, ship terms,
There you go.
pirates,
Nautical.
Shippos.
Nautical terms.
butthole.
Butthole terms. That is. Hold up, you're getting to the advanced class.
Sure.
Well, so
So Raftalia goes and she kind of ties these boats together. Fucking ships. The ships. It's fucking ships.
I'm not gonna correct you every
Fucking
time.
ships.
I'll not
I
remember.
know. I'm
to.
sorry. I'm gonna say ships 5 times fast. Ships. 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 All right. Now I got it in my head. They're ships. Goes and ties these together, and she says,
I would have loved if you said boats.
well,
ships, boats. Ah, shit.
well, Captain, what's our next move? And he says, well, I suppose we board the ship. Check things out. This
That sounds fun.
seems a little out of the ordinary. What are you guys thinking? He's actually going to turn to Mr. Doctor because he's got his arm around you.
Still, after giving the kiss, he didn't let go.
Oh no.
You never like.
That's
course not.
contact.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let Dr. Pure down.
Look, I have to treat all of my cock brothers the same. So I am
Kiss him
going
on
to
the
say
lips.
Why don't you meet me in my cabin?
I make out with them.
Fucking
No,
tongue 'em.
give me that tongue, good boy.
Yeah.
I'm going
Nice
to.
rough tongue.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say yes. I'm totally down with boarding a ship. I mean, I personally love a good fight.
Yeah, this is something you are not new to at all.
I'm just watching them. I'm like peeking down. See.
And I scream up to Fenworth. Fenworth,
You-
watch us from the crow's nest. Keep
I'll
an eye
cover
on us.
you.
That's the. God
And
It's not a common thing that's been.
And in fact, freaking Herfestog. I have so many names written down. Herfestog is actually he's gonna take his arm off you. He's going to
Damn, I'm sad.
say, "Why don't you flex for me real quick?"
I flex.
This isn't weird, I promise. And he's gonna
Looks a
check.
little weird.
He's actually gonna grip your arm. He's gonna kind of check your muscles.
Terran's judging from
Terran-
afar, like, oh
And then he's
shit.
gonna walk
Why
over
didn't
to
he ask
Terran.
me?
I know.
He's gonna walk over to Terran. And
I
why don't you
stick my
flex?
arm out.
He's
Yes.
gonna-
Oh, cool.
Who do you think is stronger out of Terran and Dr. Euphoria
Well,
physically?
We may have a numerical way of
Yeah,
determining
what's your
that.
strength?
I think
yes,
so.
Did you look at that? I'm at 18.
I got 16.
Okay, that's what I figured. Terran would be the strongest.
You got two more.
And he's gonna say,
it too hard.
Doro, why don't you come over here? And this tall, slender man that you'd spoken
Slender
to
man?
earlier,
Oh,
slender
yeah.
man, hello, is going to walk over towards the captain, and he's I'm gonna say, yes, sir. Why don't you accompany this nice boy onto the ship? And he's gonna say, oh, of course, sir.
Boy.
It's
And-
weird.
And
I know I'm young, but
says says it's a little odd that there's nobody on the ship, but from what I'm told, Bloodbeard he likes people that are strong, and I've heard rumors that he really likes to arm wrestle, and if you can beat him in a match, he'll leave you alone.
That's an interesting
this is an
segue.
odd situation, but all right.
I know it's a little weird, but just bear with me, okay?
And I'm gonna go ahead and walk
Why not?
over to Tyrion, and I'm going
Also
to
fill up
use-
his muscles. Let me see how strong. Wait a minute, his muscles are bigger than mine.
Hold
Let
up.
me see this.
I'm
I
going
would
to
say-
use the cantrip guidance, which is going to give you an additional D4
Oh yeah.
to any ability check of your choice.
All right, cool.
And I would say with that statement, because of just the nature of Herfestog, you're kind of like, is that sarcasm? Did he is arm wrestle?
this
Like,
is a joke?
That's
Is this-
kind of weird. Like,
Yeah.
I would say you actually have no idea if he was serious or not.
All right. Well, I figured we could just take a look. Take a looky at the
look-see.
ship. Yeah.
Worst
And,
comes to worst, maybe we can get some of that booty on there.
Ooh, yeah. I was gonna say,
Booty.
Best case scenario, we
Booty.
get ourselves a ship.
Get ourselves some black. Get
Black
ourselves
booty?
some
Bloodbeard
bloodbeard booty.
Bloodbeard booty.
some black booty.
I don't know who else wants to board the ship, but
I'm gonna-
right now
I'm
we
gonna
have
keep an eye out from up there.
okay.
I can see pretty good.
You have good visibility over both ships.
Nice.
Is there a rope that I would, in an emergency, be able to use to swing to the other ship?
Yeah, definitely. All right.
Do you think I should stay on the ship or get on the ship
I
with?
think you should stay.
Well, because all of my attacks are going to be range.
Yeah.
I mean, I can do
What do you think?
more. I mean,
Is it
Because you're the one going over there.
right? Is he only like sending me and the other guy?
Yes, right? It would just be the two. of them.
I mean, it's up to you,
You can-
guys if
you
you
can
want to
ask
go
him.
away.
Okay.
You have a choice.
Yeah, yeah. You might as well come with us.
I'll go ahead.
At
I'll
least
go.
like
Okay.
stay in the back and.
I can stay
That'll be
close to the
good.
ship.
I'm
So if I
watching.
need
I'll be able
to,
to fire at anybody.
if I need to, I can jump from their ship to our ship
Yeah.
and then call. Well, even then, like
Well,
call
see, the
lightning
thing
though
is-
is still specific though, target
So
specific.
the thing we don't have to worry about if you destroy the ship and he's the one on it because he can walk on water.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
Yeah. No, it's up to you guys.
Not the
What
guy
you,
that's
what
with
you
you
want
though.
to do. But right now, boarding the
I think you
ship.
can go with them. That's
I'm gonna go with.
So
Yeah.
And I'm
Right.
gonna pull my warhammer out
especially in case you need to go down.
and ready it.
So right now, boarding the ship, we have Terran, we have the Samurai Doro, and we have Mr. Doctor. Fenworth, you're gonna stay back
Yeah, I'm
and
gonna
kind
stay
of
on the
keep an
crow's
eye
nest.
out. And you're in a good spot, nothing to worry about. And you guys board the ship, and it's a little too quiet. The ship is built the same way as Herfestog's ship is, but it's a little more beat up.
Oh.
What's the size compared to our ship?
It's about the same.
Okay.
But it's more beat up.
What's more beat up?
It doesn't look like it's in good shape.
Can I do an
Okay.
Arcana check?
Sure.
19.
Strong presence of magic on the ship.
Is it dark magic?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Is it coming from any particular area that he can detect?
It would be coming from the cabin,
Okay.
which is,
Okay.
I guess it would be because you boarded the ship on the port side.
Yes.
It would be sort of on your right hand side, just like Herfestog's ship would be kind of like where the entrance is to like the cabin area.
Towards the aft,
Right.
Yes,
Right.
underneath the
absolutely.
Dr. Euphoria.
I don't know if that's
Euphoria,
accurate.
turns
Euphoria.
to Euphoria.
deck.
Sorry.
Furry. That's when
Euphoria.
that's when you're
You
talking
furry?
to Therian.
You furry.
You furry.
Oh, you furry.
I
Oh, lame.
All right. Yeah, board.
I'm sorry.
Dr.
speak
Euphoria.
to Dr. Euphoria talks to Terran and he
Uh-huh.
says, "I'm feeling a really strong sense of dark magic from the cabin over there."
Well, I guess that's the way we're going then, huh?
Sounds good to me.
I looked to Frodo. What do you think they're talking about? Because we're looking through scope.
I
No,
want
they would probably have no way of.
I want to wave in the direction of,
He's waving at him. Way back.
Oh,
Way
wait.
back.
Yeah, hey.
and then I point to the cabin.
I see the cannon.
Okay.
You're safe.
I'm gonna give you a thumbs up. I
Thumbs
think
up.
they're going in.
And he says,
I'm gonna grab
Well-
onto the rope. I'm going with them, and I'm gonna swing down.
all right. And beautifully, you were able to swing down.
Play the
And
Pirates of the Caribbean theme
Dun,
while you're
dun,
singing.
dun, 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 dun.
Oh, it's like I don't remember it.
that'd be fine too. And the rope, as you land on the ship, the rope kind of, you drop the rope. He says, "Hey, pass it to me."
And I attempt to.
Strength check.
And you're able to do that.
Cool.
And
Okay, cool.
of course, he grabs it.
Am I on the crow's nest of their ship? Or
Is
am I
that
down
where
on
you
the-
were aiming for?
No, I was aiming for the deck. I was trying
Yeah.
to swing.
I think it
Yeah,
makes
that's
more
what I
sense than
figured.
the deck.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I figured.
Cool.
I mean, you could have aimed for either one.
No, I definitely was aiming for the deck.
Okay. You're right on the deck.
Cool.
You're on that deck.
I'm
real
on that
good.
deck hard.
God
Yeah,
damn it.
and you
How
swing
far
the
do I
rope
get on that deck?
real hard.
Okay.
That deck
With my
could
friends?
barely supports you.
My friends are already on that deck.
All right. Frodo, he does the same. He follows, whee, and he follows you right down onto the deck.
And I high five.
And now he high fives you back.
This is my new friend, Frodo.
Ah, that's nice.
This is Taryn
Frodo.
Van Samson.
And he
And
goes,
this
"Oh,
is
it's
Mr.
nice to meet you, Taryn Van Samson."
It's nice to meet you.
And he's gonna shake your hand.
Okay.
Yeah, shake my hand in real life too.
All right, sure.
Yeah, all right. And this,
Ah!
and this is Mr. Dr. Euphoria.
Mr. Dr. Euphoria. What a name. Frodo, nice to meet you.
Pleasure
And,
is all mine.
and he says, "No, it's all mine." He gives you a thumbs up.
What a bunch of gentlemen.
I tap him on the shoulder, playing like jokingly. I like this guy.
And all right.
He's gonna
As
die.
we're about,
I know.
to break into the cabin,
Yeah.
and we're gonna.
You're on the deck of the ship
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
with
Good
the
luck.
whole crew. And Doro, he says, "Well, shall we?" And
Yeah,
Yes.
let's do this.
Yeah.
and,
And I'll be in front.
Can I use thermatology to open up the door?
yeah.
Sure.
Get
How
in
much
the right
is it?
position.
If it's unlocked.
Yeah.
And so I use it. It's
Go
a
for it.
cantrip.
Yeah.
Sure. Opens right up. In fact, it wasn't even locked. It wasn't even shut all the way.
Nice.
It looked cool though.
You first turn.
But it did look nice.
And specifically what I did is I walked up to it and I snapped my fingers and it opened up.
Yeah, there you
Cool.
go. That door is open as shit.
Go, Taryn.
And you're
Okay.
able to see inside, and it's pretty.
Filled with
Yeah, I'll
corpses.
peek inside. Just peek.
All right, and you hear from the inside. It's very lit up, and you can tell that there's a very immaculate banquet, a
Oh.
very long table inside, filled with all kinds of food.
Ooh. Good thing Boros not here.
And at the end of the table, sits a very large half orc
Oh.
in a pirate cap, almost looks Viking-ish, and he says,
Do we all see this?
I would say whoever is walking into the door
I'm
right
peeking
now and
through- I'm
whoever's right
peeking.
behind.
If Taryn walked in, I'd be peeking through.
We're
behind.
peeking like
behind
we're peeking like Scooby Doo like
Yeah,
boop,
all of our heads.
And everyone,
I'm at the top.
all of you would see this.
On his shoulders.
boop. Yeah.
All of you would see this.
Okay.
And he says, "What are you doing on my ship?"
That's a good question. My name is Dr. Euphoria.
How formal.
Yes. I presume that you are Bloodbeard. Is that correct?
He says, "What are you doing on my ship?"
Well,
That's a good. Actually, no, that is a good question.
It's kind of a
because
I don't know. You kind of
you showed up,
Roll a
you floated
perception
towards
check.
us.
but still, we could have just not got on a ship.
Yeah,
We could have
yeah,
let. We
yeah.
tied up.
16.
Just don't worry about it.
10.
Nice. That was perception.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh god. I hate my negative too. It's still 16, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, Mr. Doctor and Taryn, you notice on the table there are all kinds of fruits, all kind of random meats.
Oh, nice.
You also notice some kind of, your attention, I would say, is actually particularly drawn to some kind of humanoid limbs kind of scattered along the table.
Oh.
Well, that looks like an arm. Okay.
You're also able to notice this odd hourglass shape branded into the middle of
Fantastic.
Bloodbeard's
God
forehead.
damn it.
Gotcha.
Would you look at that?
I'm gonna blame Nick for that.
Yes. So, all right, Bloodbeard. Now, we're here simply because you showed up to us. So, why the hell are you here? And additionally, what's up with that hourglass on your forehead?
Says, I'm drawn to weaker creatures than I.
Oh,
Oh, and
That
that
That was
made,
mean.
that was kind of a dick move.
Yeah, harsh.
Man.
Harsh in the
Um,
mood.
I
As-
would at that point. I would look over at Frodo and I go, he doesn't mean that.
And,
Because he's obviously not talking about us.
Yeah.
I'm going to do an intimidation check.
Sure.
And I'm going to take my hand axe and throw it so that it goes past his head, doesn't hit him.
Okay. You're actually going to. That would not be intimidate. That's going to be a You can either. I would say in this case, you can either try and intimidate him, or you can.
Well, that's the intimidation. Is I'm throwing.
You're also
an axe,
throwing an axe close to his head too.
but I'm not
So,
doing it
I
to
would say
attack
that'd
him.
that would be an attack.
Depending on
roll,
how you want to do it,
But you're not
it's going to be a
attacking.
different.
I'm not attacking.
You're not targeting him, but it's
Right.
still. You, know
You
what I
could
mean?
miss.
If
is
you're
what
throwing
you're
an
saying.
axe,
could-
it would be more
you might
like
not hit what you're
a
aiming at.
acrobatics.
You could just.
Well, like yeah, because you might not hit what you're aiming at. You know what I'm saying? You might
Yeah.
fuck up and hit.
I would
him.
say it would be some combination
Or-
of both. I would say I would say you could just roll them into one.
Mhm.
Just do a an acrobatics.
Like a sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Also,
Or well, I mean,
Maybe
it
it
would be a
wouldn't be
dexterity. It
acrobatics.
would be. It would just be. A
It'd be
normal
some
attack.
dexterity
It
roll.
would just be a normal ranged attack.
Yeah.
Dexterity
Okay.
plus proficiency.
Do that and then roll intimidation.
14.
Okay.
Is that good enough to give?
You don't get it too close to him.
Damn.
Not-
I'm gonna say
not-
if it's good enough, maybe get advantage.
Yeah.
I'm all trying
And
to get
then
that
an
advantage.
intimidation check.
Sure.
It's a 14 as well.
Okay. 2 14s. Wow.
And I say,
He's going to doesn't pay any attention to the axe you just threw.
Weaker than who?
yeah, there you go. I'm gonna.
He says,
Fuck.
maybe if I consume your flesh, you will all leave my ship. Maybe that's what they want me to do, is consume all of you.
I'm
That's not how
gonna.
that
Who's
works.
they?
I'm gonna.
Pays no attention to what you're
I'm
saying.
gonna look at Taryn. Are we still Scooby-Dooed up on this wall?
Yes.
Okay, I'm
I assume.
I'm assuming I'm the head right above you.
Yeah.
Like I'm at the top, but you're right.
Uh-huh.
And I look down at you and I go, "Whoa, what's the plan of action, boy?"
You're all gonna hear Herfestag yelling all of a sudden. You're gonna hear the crew. You're gonna hear some kind of ruckus outside.
I wanna hop down off of Taryn and run out and see what the noise is all about.
All right. On the other ship,
On our ship.
On
our
your ship.
Okay.
you're going to notice all kinds of mangled creatures crawling up, and they're crawling up the side of the ship. A lot of them have, it looks like they're almost like fallen sailors, so to speak, almost like some kind of weird sea creature humanoid. And they're kind of
Oh,
going to
shit,
be
it's like
crawling
Pirates
up
of
the
the Caribbean.
side of the ship, and you're going to see them restraining all of a sudden all of the crew members as well as Herfestag. There's already a handful of them on the ship. and
There's not
more
even
crawling
fighting
up.
occurring. They
There's
already
not
have
even
fighting.
fighting. It's a lost
Are they?
battle.
Way
and
to
they're
put up a fight.
They're coming from the water.
They're coming from the water of the side of the ship.
I'm gonna rush back down. Guys, they got the crew. There's some monsters. They got the whole crew.
And then you notice more starting to come over the edge of that ship. And they're beginning to flop onto the ground. There are all sorts of different types of limbs.
I'm
tentacles,
the
things
close.
like that.
I'm the closest to them.
You would probably be the closest to them.
I fire
You're
at the
Frodo.
closest one to me.
Okay. And we're not gonna roll initiative because
That is a 14.
and you're gonna hit.
All right.
So you can go ahead and roll your damage on that.
That is 7, 8, 13, 16 damage.
All right. So
And,
you
and as I'm screaming out, like, hey, we're under attack!
So you fire at the first one, and it fires it, blows its arm off with no problems, but it's still walking towards you, and you're noticing these things are almost swarming onto the ship. You're probably counting 15 plus of these things.
Shit.
I think we should run inside.
Yeah,
where
I would be
Bloodbeard
running back
is.
inside. This
Yeah,
point.
they're already
We're
walking
gonna go
towards
in the
you.
cabin?
You're
Yeah.
pretty much trapped.
Yeah, we have to go in there.
I shut the cabin door for whatever that fucking does. Then I
Sure.
run back down to the rest of them.
Right.
Okay, yeah,
I
you would
shot
be in
one
the
and
same
didn't do
room.
nothing.
You'd actually be shut in the room with Bloodbeard.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Well,
But that's
boys, this
not,
is not
in a
good.
room with 15 monsters.
Yeah.
Just one
Well,
or two if you count two.
Give me a second
His
to think.
convictions make him a monster.
all right. So
agree.
they have our crew. We're completely
Yeah.
surrounded.
They didn't kill them. They captured them. Nobody was fighting.
Which is why we need to take
And
out
he said
Bloodbeard.
specifically that he's drawn towards people who are weaker than him.
Well, let me
We're kind of in a shit situation, boys.
let me
Our
actually
weapon.
ask him. Yeah, I was gonna say like let me ask him like
Bro,
I heard if I can beat you in arm wrestling, you'll let us go.
Tell him you heard he's weak.
That's the first thing he's intrigued by. That's the first thing that's even mattered. That's come out of any of your mouths.
Yes.
He seems intrigued. He says, "A contest of strength, you say?"
Of course. You say you're drawn to weaker folk. Well, I'm here to prove that I'm not.
And he says, "What's in it for me?" Did you already offer the arm wrestle?
Yeah.
What's in it for me if I win or when I win? You cannot beat me.
You can take that entire other ship.
Wait, but
And he says,
I'm making big bets that I should not be allowed to make.
no, well, he already has it.
It's true.
So you're
It's true.
not betting anything that you have. So it's actually a smart.
Well,
bet.
Yeah.
No, it's a good.
well, I mean, yes, he already has it, but once that's what we're betting on the arm wrestle. Either I
pretty
get
much,
it back.
Pretty much, you like if we don't arm wrestle, we still don't get it. So
Yeah.
yes, you're
pretty
good.
much. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
yeah. And he says, "And if I win?"
Yeah, you get the ship. If he
Yeah.
wins, he gets the ship.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
The ship and the crew.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. I mixed that up.
And if I
And
win,
if you win,
we get this ship.
No, and ours.
and ours. and ours. We get both.
We want our ship.
We
Our
get
ship
both
is
ships.
nicer.
Well,
Yeah.
or you just
I want
leave-
both ships anyway.
you. I just don't. I'm afraid of us fucking ourselves. This is like the genie
I know.
what you-
so okay. So
I know.
you
We could
want
just
to
simple,
trade ships?
We could
Yeah.
if we
Not-
win. Wait,
Not so much
no,
trade.
No, because ours
We
is
just
better.
want our ship
Yeah.
back.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
What if?
And then
yes.
you take his
If
and
we
just-
No,
win,
no.
Yeah, I want
Tyrion,
both.
You go through with whatever you want to do.
Right,
If-
so it's either he gets both of our ships, or both of the ships that are here, the two ships,
or we get both.
or we get both. That's it.
Both.
He gets
Whoever
both, or
wins
we get
gets
both.
ships.
Yeah.
And
I was gonna say if we win, he jumps in the ocean. Dude, just go away.
yeah.
Might have been a better choice, but you know
No,
what?
but
I'm going big.
actually,
Go
you
big
know,
or go
Had an
home.
army of dead,
Because-
weird humanoids
Which
coming
might be
out
our
from
crew.
the.
And if we would have won, in my case, we would have had to fight them.
Yeah.
Now we get them as a crew.
Also true.
If we win, or we get fucked if you lose.
No
Don't
comment.
Forget you have inspiration.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll be using that.
And he says,
I'm so scared.
"If I win,
Uh-huh.
I take your ship,
Right.
and your lives belong to me."
I guess that was kind of implied, but yeah. But if I win, you're my little slave boy. I say
And
that.
He
I say that.
He says,
We fucked up Terran's mind by starting calling him
I
boy.
know.
says, "If you win, I'll let you leave here alive."
No. And we get this ship.
No.
Can we get a trophy?
Says,
Proof
Wait.
that we beat you?
Wait, can I try to persuade him and say I want to say like
why don't you guys try stuff like that?
Yeah.
Become
Well,
dumb.
I'm gonna try right now.
Dumb.
All right. Also that.
Bringing it up. Bringing it up all the time off of
All of y'all do that shit.
God.
All of y'all.
He tells
do
me
that.
every day I'm dumb.
All right. I want to persuade him like, oh, you're not willing to bet your ship. That means you're not mentally strong.
You know you're not strong enough.
You know you're not strong enough. I mean, you know you're gonna lose, and I'll persuade him.
Okay.
You're good, bro. You got this.
Fuck.
You fucked it up.
I fucked it up. Okay, it's not that bad. 13. 13.
Hey,
Dang it.
that's better than what I probably would.
So, if you win, I'll let you leave my ship alive. And you can go about your business.
Can I have a pet octopus?
Persuade him?
Yeah,
It's gonna be a high check, but
I'm gonna roll persuasion
Go
I'm
for it.
willing
for
to.
pet octopus.
I'm willing to trade offers.
That was a natty 20.
Really?
Yes, really.
If
I
you
should have asked for something better.
God
and
damn
if
it.
you win, I'll give you one of my crew. How's that sound?
Absolutely.
Cool.
And says he sits back in his chair, sits almost like
I give
across
Taryn
the
a thumbs
table.
up.
It's a table sort of like ours. It's a very long rectangular table, and he just swipes the food off the table.
Okay.
And he sets his arm down.
He's got like some white beard arms.
He's got very strong arms.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Fuck.
He puts it on the table and like a sonic
in a
boom
ready
comes
position.
out. Yeah.
Boom. Table shakes.
He's got big old fangs, or what's up?
Yeah, so he would
Yeah.
be like a grayish color,
Ooh.
and he's got one real long fang, just like most orcs do.
Okay.
He almost has like some kind of like Viking markings on him as well.
Okay.
And you kind of noticed like a lot of the crew that was kind of climbing up the ship. Some of them also had like some kind of Viking markings on them as well.
Okay. All right.
He's gonna give me the guy whose arm
can
I
I-
blown off.
Can I do? Can we see any of the other crew?
Not now.
Okay.
They were fine last time I saw them.
Oh, no, I mean the undead people from.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
yeah, yeah,
outside.
yeah. They're
Okay.
outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Well.
it seems like that banging on the door kind of stopped at this point.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and head on up there and
you got your you got 2 buffs on you. Don't
Yeah.
forget to use them.
yeah, I'll have
Alright.
to.
So Taryn slams his arms down. Another not as impressive sonic boom.
Yeah, whatever.
Blackbeard's Bloodbeard,
Yep.
and you lock hands with him.
Does he have a beard?
He does have a beard,
Okay.
and it's almost like a reddish color.
Does he have red hair too?
No.
Okay. Oh shit, so it
He
could
dies.
be
He's
blood.
weird looking.
Oh, he might die. Yeah, he brought. It's,
He died.
He's got a weird look about him, actually.
Like, a lot
And-
of the other maids make fun of him whenever he goes to the salon, but
not when he's there.
now when he's there,
Yeah.
he's there for
Behind his
Tim-
back.
Tim time.
And you lock hands with him.
Yep.
Another
like-
small sonic boom.
Uh-huh.
It's like that Sylvester Stallone movie.
Yeah. You mean Predator with
No.
Arnold and what's his name?
Nope. I mean the Sylvester Stallone movie where it's all about him being a professional arm wrestler.
Is that a real movie?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Jesus. Christ.
Well, we're gonna end on the note.
Yeah. Cause now we can watch that
Arm
movie.
wrestling.
Damn it.
Terran's gonna fuck him up. Pushing
So
too many
excited.
pencils.
God damn it.
By the way, I just found out the other day, I share a birthday with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Really? Oh,
and
that's
Terry
awesome.
Crews.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Kenny, I think you
Also-
need to start working out.
I know, dude. Thank you all so much for listening. If you would like to help us out a bunch, or if you could please help us out a bunch if you have not already, please give us that 5-star review on iTunes. Leave a sweet little comment for us. We would really like to get a collection of comments and read them on Real Talk and
Of
go
course.
from there. It'd be
Oh, yeah.
a good time.
It would be super good time, as they say. If you want super good time telling us some not fun stuff. You got some criticisms. You want to insult us. That's fine. I want to hear them all.
Ooh.
I want to hear all the little juicy tidbits. DungeonJunkies@gmail.com. You can let us know anything you want to. Pour out your heart to me. You know, if you're lonely at night, send me a little email. I probably won't respond, but I may. And then we could be best buddies.
Yep, it'll make you feel all better.
It'll make me feel better.
And if you definitely want to feel better, you can follow us on Twitter @DungeonJunkie, where we post updates on our videos and also plenty of jokes and memes. It's good stuff.
And you can always just find us on the regular interwebs at www.dungeonjunkies.com, where you can always download and stream the latest episodes. Additionally, too, we are on a brand new radio show, which is called Coming Right Up. And I'll go ahead and...
Coming.
Yes.
Yep.
Exactly
Coming Right
like
Up.
that, Kenny.
And it's spelled TOMING RIGHTUP.org. And we'll stream the latest episode every Saturday at 6 p.m. And thank you so much for listening to the show.
Yeah, buddy.
I love you. Bye-bye.
Skedaddle.
See you next week.